Let's keep this classy. Let's test this.
I'm
out.
trying.
Let's get this out together. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, a man who joined the cast not that long ago and has quickly embedded himself in the hearts and minds of us all. Our connection with our youth, Big Al Calvert.
Really killed me. Our connection to our youth. I was like, okay, good. I was promised a great introduction, and
You really delivered. I failed to deliver. So
Al, can I say something real quick?
Please do.
We were graced with Al Cal's singing voice when we went to Europe just now. And
ooh, lies, good lies.
It was really
Let's start the
honestly,
panel with lies.
really build himself.
I didn't know this. There's a thing. He has his own event. It's called karaoke. It's literally just Al covering songs.
Karaoke.
It's where I am forced to do every song.
I'm going to tell you an Al story that Rob's centered around. So we were in Paris. And we were on the stage, and Al came up on stage, and Al had made it abundantly clear that he didn't want to sing, but Rob wasn't aware of that because Rob was on stage doing a show. So we all come out, and Rob goes, he's like, come on, Dave, sing a verse, come on, everybody sing a verse. And he turns to Al, he's like, Al, get your scrawny butt up here. And Al's like, no. He's like, no, come on, seriously. And I've never seen, like, his bass line is pale. He went barely translucent, like he lost everything. And I looked at him and I was like, oh, we have a situation. This is no longer a bit. It became like hashtag save Al.
I became Casper. Don't get me wrong, I see all you guys out here and it's awesome. I still get nervous. That was, however, the moment I died fully on stage. And I ascended to the rafters and just was no longer there.
We felt terrible. Rob felt really bad because Rob killed that. Like it was,
Again.
Too soon.
Sorry, buddy. I'm still laughing at karaoke, which actually is Al and you as Loki singing karaoke.
Hold on. Dick Jr. presents Al Loki. I love it. Get your shirts in Vancouver. Ladies and gentlemen, Al Calvert.
There are a lot of you. Oh my God. Let me just take all this in. First of all, how are you guys? Thank you for being here. Just thank you for being here. As genuine and as pure that is, I really mean it. So, thanks guys. Let's start on the left. Hello.
Hi, my name's Bryn.
Sorry, what's your name?
Bryn.
Bryn, hi.
Hi. So my question is, what is your favorite accomplishment?
Ooh, that's kind of tricky, isn't it? Do you want the fun answer, or do you want the true answer?
I don't know either.
Okay. Both. Okay, well, I guess my biggest career accomplishment at this point would be probably doing this. Being Jack for you guys for 2 seasons. My most fun accomplishment was probably getting my motorcycle license. That was terrifying. I get to do little things like this, like pop up in Dallas for the weekend, which is pretty cool. So thanks for having me, guys. Thanks. Hi.
Hi, my name's Carly, and I was wondering, would Lucifer be proud or terrified of Jack after how he finished this season?
I mean, first of all, I think Lucifer probably wouldn't be too proud of Jack just because in the series, Jack's always wavered between kind of, will he be more of a Winchester or will he be more so a Pellegrino, if you will? Which would be totally cool, by the way. But I think that Lucifer would be kind of disappointed in Jack just because at the end of the season, Jack does kind of resign to his own fate. Whereas I feel like Lucifer would probably try to like fight to the bitter end and like make a trap and try to deceive the Winchesters at every point. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so ultimately I'm gonna go and say that my father's disappointed in me. Fair? Okay, thanks. It's okay. I heard some awes. I'm like, no, it's cool, it's television, it's fine. It's okay.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
I'm gonna ask, like, what is a weird dream you've had? Like falling asleep dream.
Ooh. It's really great because they always ask you, they're like, what's it like being on the show? And like, what's it like doing a panel? And I'm like, well, there's really no way to prepare for it. Usually my dreams are like intersecting between like me passing out to the office, but also at the same time it's like, it'll turn into like an action adventure, So there's always, this is really not great audience fodder for you, but it's like, it usually feels like there's like a series of tasks that I have to get done, which is never that fun because you wake up and you're like, oh my God, there's so much to do, and then you realize that no, you're just an adult and there's tasks you have to do. But luckily it's not dreams of like Michael Scott or Jim or Pam, which is cool, but yeah, no weird ones. The one I used to have that I think probably everyone had was that you were late for school.
Oh yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. That one was super common for me. I'd always wake up like in a panic that I was gonna be late, but Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
As an actor, which of the 3 versions of Jack did you enjoy playing most? The innocent, kind of clueless one, the kind of half crazy one, or the bad one that didn't know he was bad?
This is good. I was going to ask you, I was like, please explain to me the 3 versions, 'cause I'm very interested in that. I really enjoyed playing the naive portion of Jack, just because if you guys are familiar with any of my other work, I'm usually not the nice guy. Usually I'm lighting people on fire, or trying to pressure them in a car to do something terrible. But I really liked being the innocent version of Jack, just because it was kind of new and I didn't really get to play that a lot previously. So that was really fun. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been always waiting and secretly hoping that Jack would just snap and just go like full Lucifer, full out of hell version, where I just destroy everything. But we're gonna have to wait till season 15 to find out what happens. I don't know if you guys are excited or not for these shows. Yeah, what was your favorite version?
I actually really liked the innocent Jack, especially when he was socially awkward around other human beings. That was really fun.
Well, I've got some good news for you. I'm still socially awkward around human beings. So you can just observe me this weekend and you'll be like, there he is. I can still see it. Thanks.
Hi,
Whoa! You're ready.
I'm Rihanna,
And you're ready.
I am.
Okay.
Very. And first I just want to say that Jack is my second favorite character.
That's pretty good.
My first favorite character is
I'm not
Avery.
even mad, you know?
But my question is, what is it like working and like filming with Jared Jensen and Misha?
You know, I'm just not sure what kind of answer you want. Is it good or bad?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind kind of neither. You know, it's just like you're happy to go to work, but at the same time, you got to see those guys every day. So it's just like, it's a little bit of that, a little bit of that, you know, and you got to come somewhere in the middle, you know? You're like, oh, it's great to work, great to have a job, really like playing this character, and then you show up and you're just like, wonder what they've been planning for me today. You know, it's really like watching your own demise. You're like, what will happen to me? So yeah, in between. Fun for you guys, I'm sure. I can't wait till the new blooper reel comes out. Although I've gone on record this year, I've said, you know, the first year I was just terrified. I was like, well, Warner Brothers is going to see this, and I'm not going to have a job next season. Because they'll be like, this guy's wasting our time, he's laughing through takes, he's getting dogpiled, this guy doesn't respect the industry. But this year, I really feel like Misha got it worse than me, so I feel good about that.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm deathly afraid of snakes, and so I was wondering if there were any like funny or interesting stories you might have of having Felix on set this season.
Oh. Did you have a bad experience with a snake?
Not really.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So this season we had, a snake on set, and he ended up just kind of, we thought he would just be there for one episode, but then like I kept reading the scripts, and I was like, oh, the snake's back. Okay, cool. And I was like, maybe we'll leave the snake behind. And then I look, I'm like, Felix comes on a road trip with Jack. I'm like, okay then. I guess we're bringing the snake along. That's fine. I was also fearful of the snake. We can say that. I think there's some lines in nature you're not supposed to cross. I don't know why. But turns out Felix was actually super lovely. He would like hang out in your hoodie pocket. Everyone in the crew would like take like Britney Spears style photos with him. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Really happy we're on the same page here. For those of you who don't know, YouTube exists. Just Britney Spears, giant snake. You'll be like, oh my god, wow. Yeah, nothing really dangerous there. It was really lovely. We also had these really cute dogs on set this year. That was also really fun. When I got to be the tiniest dog in the world. Yeah, this year on the show, I was excited because I was like, I turned into a dog. I was like, wonder what kind of dog I'll be. I was like, maybe I'll be like a lab or like, you know, maybe a greyhound. And they're just like, we're gonna pick the smallest, most helpless dog, the most pitiful, shaking dog we can find, and then we're gonna imply that you had a thermometer stuck up your butt. I'm like, it's like, love being on this show, guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, no real bad stories. Although I do have some of you may have heard it already because I know, you know, I see some familiar faces. But I do have a story involving a scorpion if you'd like to hear it. Other half's like, more snake stuff. Give me the snake stuff. So I'll keep it short. So me and my girlfriend we're in Mexico and beautiful, and we're at the beach and it's amazing, blah blah blah. And we're going to the airport and Jenna's wearing her flip-flops because, you know, you don't need sneakers at the beach. Come on, dog. So we get to the airport and she goes to like put her little Nike shoes on because we're at the airport and we're gonna fly, whatever. And then she goes and she has her shoe and she goes like this. She's like, oh, maybe I left something in there. Then she goes, puts her hand in. Then she drops the shoe, and then out of her shoe climbs, just for scale, like this giant brown scorpion. And then that crawled out of the airport. It was really bizarre because everyone around us kind of thought that this was like part of the Mexico airport experience. Like, I was freaking out, but I was trying to be cool because your girlfriend's there and you don't want to like, you know, you're like, I'm like, it's fine, babe, it's fine. But also I'm like, holy shit. That thing's huge. But other people at the airport, they were like taking selfies, like taking photos, like, I was very surprised by the whole thing. But then we look inside the shoe, and inside the shoe, it's lined with tiny, tiny scorpions. So the scorpion had laid her whole nest inside of the shoe. So I look inside, and there's like, must have been 30 like tiny, tiny little scorpions in there.
Oh my God.
So for me, Felix, 100% cool. The scorpions, however, terrifying. Thank you.
Hi,
Hello.
my name is Lindsay.
Hi. Sorry, I made you wait during that story time.
Oh, it's okay. It was a great story. Terrifying, but great. My question is, do you have any party tricks? And if you do, what are they?
Sorry, do I have any party tricks?
Yes.
Ooh, someone's speaking my love language. It's really easy, just feed me coffee. Party tricks. Do you have a party trick that you would like to show us? I can feel in your heart that you do.
I have a few, but
Okay.
I'm double jointed in both my elbows.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that lead to? Does this mean you can like shotgun 2 beers at once or something? Or
I
what?
mean, that's just talent, but yeah.
So you're, okay, sorry, so the trick is you're double jointed.
Yeah, I mean, I have others, but they're a little weird.
Okay.
I can fit my whole fist in my mouth.
Okay. Good. Now, out of curiosity, how did you find this out?
I have no idea.
Was it, were you watching the show and it was a particularly hard scene to watch and you're just like, oh, oh my God.
No idea. I just, came to me one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Tough to follow that one. I don't think I have any party tricks necessarily. The one trick I've always tried to rely on at this point in my life has been acting. So that's only kind of working out, you know? Yeah, sorry, I don't have any super skills like that. Maybe if I drink this coffee though. Hi.
Hi. My name's Samantha, and I was wondering, what was a good memory that you had on set this year?
What was a memory?
What was a good memory that you had on
A
set?
good memory. Well, see, that's the thing. It's clearly you guys know nothing about this show. There are no good memories. It's all just a series of little traumas that Jared and Jensen call being on the show. It's a lot of bullshit, if you ask me. Yeah. No. There's lots. The little moments I appreciate are, I remember last year, me, Sam, and Jim Beaver, we were shooting in like a mud pit essentially. It just rained the whole day, and the crew was really resilient, and Sam. Basically, I don't know if you guys remember this episode, but like Sam and I get hit by like angels flying in, and there's a big explosion, and then she gets in this fight scene. So Sam was doing this fight scene like in the mud, so she kept like getting hit and falling into the mud. Nope. And they'd be like, cut! And I'd be like, oh my God, please don't make her do that again. And then they would be like, all right, Sam, we're gonna need another one. And she like gets up, covered in mud, does it again. Those things like that make me really happy. No, just because I admire that. I admire people that like work hard, and I like that aspect of it. But there's little things too where like this year they made Mark like a tribute video for the end, and they brought everybody together at lunch, and for Sam too, and we kind of had all their memories on the show. As Mary Winchester, just like from season 1 all the way to season 14, just in this like, huge montage. So just like, she's crying, the crew's crying, and it's just, really emotional, and you really see the little family that the show has created. and then you come here and see the the huge family that this show's created. So yeah, stuff like that means the most to me, you know? Whatever's happening to Jack is fine, but like that to me is you know, the most impactful and meaningful from a human point for me. Woo. Thanks. Don't worry, I'll give more upbeat answers now. 3, 2, 1, upbeat, go! Hi!
Hi.
3, 2, 1?
You just mentioned the dogs that Jack was turned into. My question is, if you and Jack is going to be turned into a cat, what kind of cat do you think you and Jack will be?
It could not be Lord Tyrion, my cat, because that cat is like, he just doesn't care about anyone or anything. Whereas I feel like Jack would really care. So Jenna's parents actually, my girlfriend just, they got this little miniature cat. I don't know if you guys saw it, but
He's so cute.
it's like the tiniest little white poof ball that like runs around and has these eyes that don't exactly look straight. They kind of look to the sides. So he just looks really unsure of every decision he's making. He just kind of looks up like. So I think Jack would probably be something like that. A confused, puffy little creature. Yeah. And me, I don't know. Maybe a sphinx. You're like, oh, can I leave this alone at my home? Yeah, sure. Hi.
Hi. My question is, if Jack had a playlist, what would his 3 top favorite songs be?
Well, okay, for Jack. See, Jack's problem would be that he has very limited exposure to music. I don't think he has a Spotify account. I don't think he has Apple Music. The guys are too busy fighting evil to like really give him like a history of music kind of thing. I think Fortunate Son would probably make it on there. They're always like, what would Jack's song be? I always think it would be Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine. I think that's probably my favorite one. You know, get Axl Rose to sing the hook for Jack. That'd be cool. You got a third song for me? Something child related? Metallica.
Tame Impala.
Ooh, okay. Which song?
New Person, Same Old Mistakes.
Wow, that's dark. Jack's episode, New Person, Same Old Mistakes. I love that song, but I mean, I don't know if Jack would, that'd be very depressing for him. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
So in rewatching the series, I really noticed a huge variation in Winchester parenting of Jack over the season, and I was curious as to what you thought about it, and if you sort of thought they were making good choices in the end, or...
If I thought the Winchesters were making good choices as parents. Is that what you're asking?
Well, there's a lot of debate if putting Jackson in a box was the right idea or not, with them seeming more like a
Well, I don't know. Would you guys put your child in a box?
Some
Who said
days.
maybe?
The people who saw him more like a monster.
I don't know what you guys are doing, Dallas. You guys are making me a little worried. I don't know. I think it's really tough to say. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't had many Nephilim children born into my life, so it's been hard for me to assess how good their parenting has been. I think they tried the nurturing, you know, then Dean tried the typical hard-ass stuff, you know. I don't know. I think it's tough. I think they're in a tough position with Jack, you know. Raising me, it turns out, is very, very difficult. But just as a general piece of advice, even if you're frustrated with your children, please don't lock them in a box. That'll be my PSA for this weekend. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
First, I wanted to say that you have masterfully portrayed Jack's character, and I have really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you.
And then I also wanted to ask you, so yesterday, Courtney Ford told us about the first time she saw you on set. And I was hoping that you might remember it and tell us from your perspective what happened.
Ooh, this is bad for me. The first time I saw Courtney on set,
She was crying.
oh my God, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is coming back to me. I was trying to think, I was like, did I like accidentally hit her with my car? Did something really terrible happen? What did she say?
Well, she said that she had just completed the scene of basically giving birth to you, and she was very upset. And she walked into the makeup room and burst into tears and snot cried all over herself. And then
Sorry, you say snot cry?
Like she was like sobbing. And
Okay, okay.
And that you were looking at her in shock.
Okay. I don't remember particularly happening like that. It was more, I just remember being in the makeup trailer and she was visibly upset and, you know, I don't know this woman and this woman is crying in the trailer, so like I don't, you know, as a guy, I don't want to like interject on like crying women just as a rule. Not only because I wouldn't know what to do, just because like, maybe they don't want another dude hanging around them while they cry. That's what I remember. But she was just like, I just filmed a scene, like, the scene where I give birth to you. And I'm like, oh my God, this must be so disappointing for this woman. That she thought she was giving birth to like this tiny, beautiful, innocent baby. And I walk in the morning like, oh, hey, look, tough night, guys. I'm pretty tired. And then just like sitting there looking like an idiot. Yeah, I think she just told me that she'd filmed a scene and I was just like trying to be nice. I do remember there was a hug involved, so I feel like the end of it was good. Was that fair?
Yes, yes.
Did she mention the hug?
No.
Yes or no? Dallas, I'm getting very mixed results. Okay, if I was an asshole, say yeah! That was close, guys. That was tough. That was tough. Okay, that was. Listen, I can't wait to hear what you guys ask me next. Bring it on.
My question is, out of like the whole cast that you like film with, who's like your biggest like bro? Like, who's your bro?
Who's my biggest bro?
Yeah, who's your bro?
Who's my bro? I don't know, it's tough to pick favorites, but if I have to, it was really fun this year because I got to work with, so in this past season, I got to work with Ruth a lot, which is really nice, just because before our characters really hadn't interacted a lot, but this time we got to like have, you know, we'd be on set together for like 8-10 hours a day, so I think my bro of the year goes to Ruth Connell.
Woo!
Also, I can't wait to see Ruth and be like, Ruth, you're my bro. You're bro of the year, Ruth. You're my wee bro. Apologies for the terrible accent.
Sup, dude?
Sup, bro?
Not much. So, I'm Gretchen. My question is kind of based on your character development as playing Jack, because I actually started in season 13, that was right, and then I had to watch, you know, those other things.
Those other seasons.
I'm joking, I love them to death.
I had to watch 12 other seasons of television. Yeah.
So my question for you is, based on where Jack's character development has been going over the last 2 seasons, and where it ended up at the end of season 14, what would his advice be to the original Jack from season 13 when he was first born? What advice would he give him, knowing what he knew?
Run away. Go. I really don't know. It's like always the, I guess that's, I was gonna say, what advice would you give your younger self? I don't know, it's so tough to say, because I feel like you know, not to be too self-reflective, but, you know, everything that Jack's been through has led him to this point. So it's kind of hard to judge the past. I guess he would say, like, you know, don't accidentally kill people would probably be like, don't kill that, like, really nice security guard. Don't accidentally kill, like, your apocalypse mother. I'm sorry, just don't accidentally kill people. That's the only advice I could give him, you know? Do you have something you wish you could tell season 13 Jack? To naked Jack walking down the road? Any advice? Shave your legs? Anything?
Yeah, listen to what the two older brothers are telling you because they're smarter than you are. Listen to them. They
How
know
smart are the Winchesters, though, really?
smarter than you.
Drink the beer, eat the pie. Don't change out of your trench coat. Like, I don't know how great that advice is. Let's be real. Hi.
Hi, I'm Evander, and I was wondering, we all know that whenever an angel and a human make a baby, it makes a Nephilim, but what would happen if a Nephilim and a human made a baby? Do you think the power would get bigger, or do you think it'd go weaker?
Oh, weaker for sure, right?
Yes.
If we're gonna keep crossbreeding, it's like, you know, if you start with like a full breed of something, right, and you just keep breeding it down, you know, eventually you have a dog that looks like my miniature dog from the season, where you're like, this is barely a dog, guys. This is like a dog hamster. So that's my bad. Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Charity.
How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
How are you guys, though? You holding up? I try to keep it light, you know. You guys in the back, you good? Moms that got dragged here, you good? I know you guys are good. Go ahead.
So, you know how Cass, Sam, and Dean are father-type figures in the show? Per the internet, how is it to meet your real father, Misha?
I'm sorry, but we do not have the test results back that I need to live my life. I've recently submitted a sample to 21andMe, 23andMe, as well as Life Labs. Really trying to look into my heritage. Hopefully it doesn't involve trench coats and, you know, whatever it is, Misha. Hopefully it doesn't involve trench coats and gishing and... I'm terrified of gish. Those of you who are not terrified of gish, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you guys. Just send me a photo of you guys throwing your couch into the ocean, and then you can tell me how rational you are. Listen, we never got the results back. Meeting Misha in real life, though, you know, what a blessing. You know, what a blessing. And when he followed me on Twitter, or did he? I don't even know. I'm not even sure. It's gotta be rough if your own father doesn't follow you on Twitter, hey? Yeah, your dad's like, this kid's kind of dull, huh? Pass. Yeah, I don't know. Call Maury, call Jerry Springer, call Wanda, whoever, I don't know. Hook me up. Hi.
Sorry, I'm wondering how many...
You're good.
Thank you. How many... What? Thank you. How many tattoos do you have, and which one is your favorite?
I have a lot of tattoos. Oh, thank you. What else can I say? I don't know. You know, you get your first tattoo and you think it's like the most meaningful thing in the world. But then by your 14th tattoo, you're kind of just like I have a tattoo of a snake, and if you ask me what the meaning behind it is, I don't know. There's no meaning. I just wanted a snake, so I got a snake. It's not Felix, by the way. Sorry, guys. It's not my commemorative Felix tattoo of 2019. My favorite one probably is going back to the Scorpion story. The end of that story is that, again, apologies to those of you who know. The end of the story is I got a tattoo right here, about the actual size of the scorpion. So, Jen is not thrilled about that one, but I think it's hilarious though, because it's a funny story, no one died, like, now I have a huge scorpion on my leg, like, I just think it's fun, you know? So that's my advice. Don't lock your kid in a box, and if something traumatic happens, get a huge, hilarious tattoo.
So on Friday, Brianna said that all the male actors who do conventions with you have crushes on you and wish they were as cool as you. I was wondering how you feel about that.
What?
That they try to act like you, that they walk in a room and try to make their clothes look like you.
Okay, that's news to me. Well, that's very flattering. It does also explain all the free massages I've gotten backstage. I just thought it was their way of like welcoming me to the family kind of thing. But all the topless massages do seem strange. I'm gonna have to talk to my therapist about this. It's a lot of pressure. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna shake that one off. Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Are you technically related in Supernatural to, Mary Winchester and Sam and Dean?
Am I related to Mary Winchester?
And Supernatural.
You could say so, yeah. So basically, for me, my mom on the show was Courtney Ford, but I don't know how long you've been alive. How old are you?
9.
You're 9. Oh, well, thanks for coming. There's been more seasons of the show than you've been alive. So that's totally fair. But for me, I always felt like Mary Winchester was kind of like another adoptive mom for me. So I always felt very, very loved by her because she was so nice to Jack, you know?
Yeah. My name is Castiel.
Your name is Castiel? Where's your trench coat, buddy?
I don't know.
I don't know. Do you like the show though?
Yeah, I have it at my house.
Well, I'm glad you came. Is that your mom?
No.
No? Oh my God, did you lose her? Oh, okay. Phew, I got worried. And then when you go home, you just make sure mom doesn't put you in a box, okay? Okay, thanks for coming. I really have to stop swearing at these panels. Oh no. Oh, hello.
My name is Jan.
Hi.
I'm 6 years old.
You're older than me, man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
All right, me too.
Can you do the floss?
Here, wait. Can you come show me? Yeah? Okay. You gotta show me, because, you know, I'm not good at these. Here. I didn't do that, don't worry. Where's your mom? Your mom or dad here? Okay, cool. Is it cool he's up here? Okay. Can you show us the floss? Oh, yeah! I'll take a stab at it. What? You got another one? Okay, whip it out for me. What do you...
What do you do on summer break?
I try to learn the floss from you. You're too quick for me. But give give everybody a wave. Thanks for coming.
I could do something else.
Oh, you're trying to dab on me. Oh my goodness. Thanks. Watch your step. Are you gonna? You're coming up too, right? You got a special skill for me. I know. I can feel it. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I was just wondering if you have like a scariest moment with either like Jensen and Jared offset or like on set with like Sam and Dean.
Like the violence or?
Just like, was there ever a moment where you just stood there and you're like, oh man, like, what's going on?
I feel like my panels are turning into like, tell me about something really dramatic that's happening. No. They're when they're not assaulting you on set, they're actually pretty great guys. So no super dangerous moments. No car accidents. Really nothing. They're actually like pretty lovely people. Except for that one time. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Hi.
Hi. My question was, do you think if Castiel hadn't died and was able to be with Jack for the entirety of his unfortunately short life, do you think it would have changed anything in the show?
I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I feel like Cass kind of did his best to check in on Jack, but I don't know. I think everybody's kind of on their own path, and he did his best. But I think Jack was kind of almost destined to reach the end of the point of the season, which he did. What I like about the show is that we're always talking about destiny versus making your own decisions, and I think that's kind of the God Chuck character versus the Winchesters, right? God has his story that he's writing, his favorite show to watch, if you will. Suck it, Rob. And then ultimately, we're playing with the idea of, is it fate or are we making our own choices? So I think Jack has his own little reckoning of that, where at the end of the season, I think he truly did accept that this was his fate and not just a decision he made. I felt like he was destined to finish the story in a way. You know what I mean? That was my only philosophical answer tonight. Moving on. Hi.
Hi, I'm Erin.
Hi, Erin.
I was wondering if you could do your best Dean impression.
It's so easy. You first, though.
Okay, it's gonna be loud.
Okay, I'm ready.
Sammy!
The Dean impression is the easiest. Sammy! Or more so the realistic impression is this one. It's Dean sitting alone with a whiskey. No, I always like oh, you gotta have pie. Just drink beer and eat pie, and wear like this shirt, and you are essentially Dean. It's that easy for cosplaying, you know? Hi.
Hi. So, out of all the scenes you've had to film as Jack, what's been the hardest to get through because Jared and Jensen have been very female?
Hardest one. I've told this one before, but the hardest one for me was.
Just keep going.
If you're gonna shout something out, shout it clearly so I can.
No.
Respond back to you. No, I was given this. I'm given a laptop, and then Courtney leaves me this beautiful message. Telling me that I'm loved, and that she'll, that she wants me to turn out well, and that she'll always care about me. And it's Jared's job in the scene to literally come up to me while I'm sitting on the bed. All he has to do is go, "Hey Jack, your mom left this for you. Give me the laptop." Instead he does, "Hey, your mom left this for you." So I'm going bracing myself because I know that Courtney's left me this teary-eyed thing that she just shot before, I met her in the trailer. And I opened the laptop, and the laptop is just a screen filled with dicks. And speaking of dicks, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm trying to figure out why a bunch of pictures of me on the laptop is a bad thing.
it's Rubba Bennett and the Dicks.
Do you know about Rob's alter ego, Clay Dix?
It's yet another alter ego.
Is this backstage ego, or is this...
No, this is an onstage country music star.
It's my
persona.
Nashville alter ego.
Where's your hat?
It's backstage.
Oh. You could have really done the whole...
The whole thing. When I have it on, I'm definitely Clay Dix.
Clay Dix. Clay Dix is a country star who only sings about his collection of clay products.
I have some bad news for you. There are a bunch of children here.
Clay products, by the way. You don't make things with clay? Like coffee mugs and gifts for mom? What are you thinking?
I'm sorry, does Clay Dix make gifts for mom?
Alex Calvert, as I live and breathe. Why, those other boys have made you dirty. Jared and Jensen are rubbing off on you.
Just a check, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him, you've learned dirty things from him. Alex! Nothing else is happening, not one single thing, unless you get this crowd to a fever pitch, Robert.